Hey, welcome back to RamZland. Today I want to show you how to make self-assembling wires. Check this out. So all I'm using to make my self-assembling wire is some copper wire. These are 1mm ball bearings. These are carbon steel bearings. There's supposed to be 10,000 of them in there. I'm using a Petri dish, some castor oil. This is a high frequency oscillator, scissors, and a lighter. The first step is take some copper wire and wrap it into a solenoid that matches the diameter of your Petri dish. I use a lighter just to burn off the insulation on the end of the wire to expose the copper, and that's really easy to do. And you can see how it just burns the paint off really quickly. And that's just instead of, using sandpaper, it's just a quick way to expose that copper wire. And you can see where I did that right on the end here. So this is the solenoid, and I'm just gonna rest it inside my Petri dish, and I'm gonna cover it with castor oil. The second step is to cover your solenoid in your Petri dish with a little bit of castor oil. And I would just do enough to cover the solenoid. That's plenty, just like that. And now you're ready to pour in your 1mm carbon steel bearings, and I'm going to pour this kind of in the middle. Now I'm going to connect one side of my high frequency oscillator to the solenoid over here, to that exposed wire that I have. So it looks like that. Okay, now I'm ready to turn on my oscillator. And I want to see if those bearings move from the center to one side of the solenoid. So what is really going on here? Are these little ball bearings really creating their own wires? Well, when we create that solenoid, that ring of copper wire around the outside of the Petri dish, I hook up the negative side of my high voltage oscillator, and then in the center I have the positive side of that oscillator, and what you have is electromagnetic attraction between the ball bearings. They want to go from negative to positive, and so they start to arrange themselves because they're electromagnetically attracted to the opposite charge, and so they'll slowly start to form those little branches called shooters until one branch reaches that solenoid and creates a circuit. So that's what's really going on here. They're electromagnetically attracted through that castor oil that kind of slows their movement down a little bit to get from negative to positive. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this presentation, be sure to remember to like and subscribe.